Hi, I'm Donna Trousdale, and I'm the writer, director, producer, editor, and casting director of the feature-length comedy, The Shickles.
Yeah, she did everything, and very well, too. All right, so tell me, how did this whole thing begin? What was the inspiration for this film?
Well, I sat down and really wanted to write, I wanted to write a rom-com. I wanted to write a romantic comedy. I wanted to tell a story about love. And I was really inspired by two things. My friend's grandfather, who is named Reverend Caleb Shickles. Shickles is his name. And they had sort of a podcast. My friend is John Halcyon Stein. And him and his grandfather, when his grandfather was still alive, had a podcast called Hug Nation. And his grandfather used to wear these big, giant, pink, furry angel wings, and they would sit and just talk about love and life. And he had a crapper cone philosophy of life. He used to say that at every moment in life you have an ice cream cone in one hand and you have your foot in a pile of dog crap. And the degree to which you enjoy your life is dependent on where you place your focus. Are you sniffing the fakakta on your shoe, or are you enjoying your ice cream cone and the sweetness of life? And I just love that, and it so represented sort of where I was in my life at the time. And I also had my other friend's grandfather, and he did a documentary on him. Grandfather and grandmother, they had been married for 70 years and died after 70 years, 3 weeks apart.
That's beautiful.
And they were sort of
pretty sad.
It's beautiful. And he
Yeah.
did a full documentary called How We Love that won an Emmy, I believe. Like a web series Emmy, and it's a beautiful story. And so I sort of combined them, and that was the inspiration.
Cool.
You know, that sort of started the whole process for
And
me.
having to do all that, all those hats that you were wearing, what was the toughest thing for you, you would say?
The toughest thing for me, once, you know, we crowdfunded as well, and in the course of the crowdfunding, an angel investor showed up and
Wonderful.
just was an angel, like truly an angel, a beautiful human being, Safi Poret. So grateful for him. But once we got that, 2 weeks later, we started shooting, and all of a sudden, I was really going to be directing a feature film, and it was my life dream, and it was a lot of stuff to do in a really short amount of time, and I kind of liken it to surfing a wave in Oahu. There's so much momentum, and it's kind of gelled together, but like I had to hold it all.
So many things to deal with.
So many things to deal with, and I was kind of orchestrating all of it, and I just wanted to stay
Never
on the
surfed in my life. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
So I just did all my best to stay on the surfboard, and once we really got going, it was really intense and effortless at the same time. But we had a cast of 10 people, and orchestrating all of them in the same place at the same time. People getting jobs.
Everybody else. You had a huge cast.
Yeah, well, we had. You know, I wrote this so that I could direct it myself, and I knew I had access to a lot of friends that I could round up to get to be in the movie.
Yeah, it was wonderful. We had to change theaters because there was too many people. We changed to the bigger theater.
All came out to support.
Thank you for that. Yeah.
You're welcome. It was so awesome to. I mean, it was a really community-driven project. You know, I wore a lot of hats, but I had so much support from everybody. And we had the best time ever shooting. The biggest challenge on set, I think, was the very first day of shooting. You know, they say dogs and babies are the hardest thing, and you know, I had it in my head that I was going to have a dog sniff somebody in the crotch on my very first day of shooting, and I thought that would be really easy. We'll just stick bacon in his pants, and he would stick his nose right up there, and this dog would not cooperate. And
seriously?
Yeah, seriously. My friend just insisted. He's like, "Oh, my dog's great. He'll do whatever," and the dog wouldn't bark.
You know, every time I see a dog, they come up to my crotch. What's going on?
Right. We had to shoot that scene twice, actually. So in the movie, there's about 2 months of time between him opening the door and coming in and him leaving.
2 months?
2 months of time, because I had to come back and reshoot it. We shot the second time with 3 dogs. None of the dogs would cooperate. I ended up using the first dog. But anyway, the whole thing was just a lot of fun.
That's great.
We had a great time.
It's a very hilarious and beautiful love story too. I mean, what do you want people to get out of it when they exit the theater? What's the message, I guess?
Well, one, I think any filmmaker, any storyteller is success if you can get people just to feel emotion, if you can move people in any direction. And I hope people laugh, they cry. And there's a quote in the movie, you know, they say, love is a choice. Sometimes you choose it and sometimes you don't, but love itself is always there. And I think that's definitely the message. You know, life is sweet. Are you smelling the fakakta on your shoe, or are you really enjoying the sweetness of life? And you know, the story is about love and family, and they go through ups and downs, but in the end, their relationships and the love between them and the joy that they express with each other, and just how they live their lives, you know, is the sweetness of life.
That's wonderful. And what's happening in your future? What are you planning next?
Well, I right after I finished the Shickles, I mean, I'm still working on the movie. It's always a work in progress, but I had the opportunity to assistant edit a whole other feature that's going to be coming out soon called South 32 by a good friend, Jake Barsha. And then I have 3 other features that I've written.
Wow.
You know, I wrote the Shickles to direct myself.
You're a prolific writer.
Trying to be. And I wrote the Shickles so that I could direct it myself, but the other 3, you know, they're a little more.
What do you want to do with them?
Bigger scope. I'd like to direct them myself, but now, you know, hopefully with some more momentum, you know, get a little bigger budget for them. But yeah, I have all kinds of things up and ready to go.
Well, you're a very good writer, and you're a
you.
very good director.
Thank you very much.
We're very, very happy to have you here.
I was so grateful to all of you guys. You were amazing. You know.
Thank you.
It's been an absolute pleasure and a blast to play with you guys and to be a part of this festival. I couldn't have asked for a better place to world premiere our little film.
All right.